Morning students, so now we are left with the last question under ellipse. This is question number 10b. So after I complete with question number 10b, then we will start with the hyperbola. So for this particular question, you need to find the center, vertices, then every elements of the ellipse that I have given under question number 10a in previous lesson. So this case, how to go about this question? Now this question is frequently asked in Bhsec, this type of question. So we will do similar type of question under hyperbola as well. So now how to go about this one? What I can do here is bring all the variable of x at one side and variable of y on one side. So we will try to make in the form of x minus h whole square plus y minus k whole square form. For that, what you can do here is, let me rewrite this one as a 3x square minus 18x plus 4y square minus 32y, okay, 4y square, then it's equivalent. Take constant on the right hand side. We have negative 67. So now what I can do here is, please take 3 common outside. Make sure the coefficient of x square and coefficient of y square is equivalent to 1. So I can write this one as a x square minus 6x plus, similarly from here you take 4 common outside. We have y square minus 8y is equivalent to negative 67. So now I'm going to make this one in the form of a minus b whole square. That means x minus h whole square form. In order to do that one, what I can do here is 3 of x square minus 6x plus, divide this 6 by 2. Similar type of question we have done under parabola, and then square it. What's the answer? It becomes 9. 6 divided by 2 becomes 3. 3 square becomes 9 plus 4 times we have y square minus 8y plus, I need more space for this. Now I can write this one as a 8 divided by 2 and square it. What's the answer? 16, isn't it? So 16 closest bracket is equivalent to negative 67 plus. Now remember, when you do this manipulation, the function should not change. It should remain same. For that, here I have added not 9, I have added 27. 3 9s are 27. Similarly, this side I have added 64, not 16. Please remember, 16 is multiplied by 4. It is equivalent to 64. If you don't believe, just open the bracket. The function will come back to the same thing. It will remain same. Which implies we have 3 times. I can write this one as a x minus 3 whole square. This is upon a square minus 2ab. 2 times 3 times x plus b square. 3 square is 9. So b value, it is equal to 3. Similarly, 4 times this becomes y minus 4 whole square is equivalent to, add this 2, it is 91. 91 minus 67, which is equivalent to 24. Is that correct? 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, this is equivalent to 24. Divide both sides by 24, because in standard form you need to have 1 here. Divide both sides by 24. We have x minus 3 whole square divided by 8 plus y minus 4 whole square divided by 6 is equivalent to 1. The major axis is along x-axis, minor axis is along y-axis. Therefore, this becomes horizontal ellipse. I hope you have understood this. Major axis along x-axis, minor axis along y-axis. It becomes horizontal ellipse. So now, you need to understand this type of ellipse. The center of the ellipse is not at the origin, which is similar type of question under parabola. So if you find this type, what do we need to do? We need to shift the center of the ellipse at the origin. Let capital X be x minus 3 and capital Y be y minus 4. So definitely this one will become capital X squared by 8 plus capital Y squared by 6 is equivalent to 1. Now, this is the equation of the ellipse whose center is at the origin. After that, we will do new coordinates and old coordinates. Before that, what do we have? A square value. 8 and B square value is equal to 6. And what's the A value? A is equal to square root of 8. Square root of 8 is 4 times 2, 2 root 2. Yes or no? So we have 2 root 2. That is the A value. Similarly, what's the B value? B value is root 6. So you cannot do anything about this one. You leave it as it is. So now we have A square, we have B square. So now, okay, first one, let me calculate the eccentricity value. What's the eccentricity value? Number one, we need to find eccentricity value. That is equal to, formula is 1 minus B square by A square, which is root of 1 minus, what's the B square value? 6. A square value is 8. Shall we? 8 minus 6 is equivalent to 2. 2 divided by 8 is 1 by 4. 1 by 4 means 1 over 2. 1 over 2 is a value 0.5, which is less than 1. So this becomes the eccentricity of the ellipse. So now, here, we need to first, okay, we have already calculated eccentricity value. We got E value 1 by 2. Let me calculate the center. So please remember, we have new coordinates and old coordinates. This new coordinate means the center of this ellipse is at the origin. If I draw, this is a horizontal ellipse where the center is at the origin. All coordinates, all parabola was somewhere, maybe somewhere here. Then for our calculation, the center of the ellipse is shifted at the origin. So coordinates of center, here it is at the origin, which means H value is 0, K value is 0 here. In this case, I'm not talking about this case, please remember. If that's the case, this becomes the capital X value, this becomes the capital Y value. Substitute there, we have number 2, X minus 3 is equivalent to 0, implies X is equal to 3. Similarly, Y minus 4 is equal to 0, implies Y is equivalent to 4. The center of this ellipse is 3, 4. We have the center. The next one, we need to find the coordinates of vertices. Number 3. Now we have coordinates of vertices. Here, vertices, vertex point. Please remember, this is a horizontal ellipse. So where major axis is along the x-axis, so which means we have the point A vertex on the x-axis. So which is plus or minus A, 0, which is plus or minus, what's the value of A? We have A value is 2 root 2. 2 root 2, 0. Okay? So now, number 3, this side. This becomes a capital X value. We have X minus 3 is equal to plus or minus 2 root 2. And then Y minus 4 is equivalent to 0. So Y value is equivalent to 4. Or from here, X value is equal to, you take 3 that side, 3 plus or minus 2 root 2. So therefore, when you write coordinate points, make sure you write one vertex point is 3 plus 2 root 2, 0. And not 0, it is 4. Y value is 4 here. Okay? Another point is V dash, here it is 3 minus 2 root 2, 4. That's it for the vertex. Now let's go with the number 4. It's a coordinates of foci. What's the coordinates of foci? It is plus or minus A, 0. Major axis is along the x-axis, so focus lie on the x-axis, which means we have plus or minus A value is 2 root 2 and E value is 1 by 2, 0. 2, 2 will get cancelled. What's the focus point? Foci. Here it is plus or minus root 2, 0. This becomes capital X value. This becomes capital Y value. Number 4, we have here, okay, X minus 3 is equal to plus or minus root 2, or you can write X is equal to 3 plus or minus root 2. Similarly, for Y, capital Y value, we have Y minus 4 is equivalent to 0, implies Y is equivalent to 4. So what's the focus point? As we take one positive value, 3 plus root 2, 4, and another focus point is 3 minus root 2, 4. So let's go with now number 5, where equation of major axis. It is a horizontal ellipse. major axis is along x-axis. It does not lie on the y-axis. Meaning, equation of major axis is capital Y is equal to 0. Meaning, it does not lie on the y-axis. Major axis lies on the x-axis. So number 5, we have substitute there. So y minus 4 is equivalent to 0. This becomes the equation of the major axis. Similarly, equation of minor axis. Minor axis is along the y-axis. If it is along the y-axis, it does not lie on the x-axis. So capital X is equivalent to 0, which means x minus 3 is equal to 0. This becomes the equation of major axis. This becomes the equation of minor axis. Now, in order to go with the equation of directrices, so this is a horizontal ellipse. If this is a horizontal ellipse, directrices will definitely intersect the x-axis. So the equation of directrices will be now capital X is equal to plus or minus a by e, which is equivalent to plus or minus, what's the a value we have? A value is 2 root 2, and what's the e value? It is 1 by 2, which means this becomes plus or minus 4 root 2, which means this is the value of capital X. This 2 will come up, it becomes 4. So therefore, this side we have equation of directrices. We have here, substitute here, that implies x minus 3 is equal to what's the capital X value? Plus or minus 4 root 2. Or you can write that implies x is equal to 3 plus or minus 4 root 2. Or you can write this one as x is equal to 3 plus 4 root 2, comma, another one is x is equal to 3 minus 4 root 2. Number 6, we need length of lattice rectum. Length of lattice rectum. What's the length of lattice rectum? It is given by 2b square by a. That means 2 times b square value is 6 and a value is 2 root 2. 2 will get cancelled. 6 means I can write 2 times 3 divided by root 2. What's the value of 2? In case of 2 I can write root 2 times 3 divided by root 2. Wait, 2, what's a root 2 times root 2? Root 2 times root 2 is equal to root 4. What's a root 4 value? 2. Meaning is says root 2 will get cancelled, which is 3 root 2 units. This becomes the length of lattice rectum. Similarly, this side, length of lattice rectum will remain same, 3 root 2 units. We are just shifting the ellipse. We are not changing the shape and the size of the ellipse. If ellipse here, we are just shifting that same ellipse. That means if there is no change in the shape and the size of the ellipse, then there won't be any change in the length of lattice rectum. Okay, last one. We have coordinates of lateral rectum. So coordinate of lateral rectum is given by, see, focus lies on the x-axis. So if the focus lies on the x-axis, we have plus or minus a comma plus or minus b squared by a. I think I have already calculated plus or minus a 2 root 2 1 by 2 is root 2 plus or minus root 2 comma plus or minus what's the b squared value? B squared value is 6 and a value is 2 root 2. I hope it's correct. B squared value is 6. Yeah, it's correct. 2 through 6. So which means we have plus or minus root 2 comma plus or minus 3 by root 2. This becomes capital X value. This becomes capital Y value. So therefore, this side we have x minus 3 is equal to capital X value is plus or minus root 2, which implies x is equal to 3 plus or minus root 2. Similarly, what's the y value? Y minus 4 is equal to capital Y is plus or minus 3 divided by root 2. Then implies y is equal to 4 plus or minus 3 divided by root 2. Yes or no? Finally, if you want to write the coordinate points of lateral rectum, take one positive value, 3 plus root 2. Take one positive value here, 4 plus 3 by root 2. Right? Then take one positive value, 3 plus root 2. But here you take another negative value, 4 minus 3 divided by root 2. Okay? Then next one, here it is. Take the minus value, 3 minus root 2. Take positive value, 4 plus 3 by root 2. Then finally 3 minus root 2. And then 4 minus 3 divided by root 2. So that's it. This is so now this way the ellipse has completed. If you have any doubt, please ask the question and leave the comments. Then in next chapter we will start with the hyperbola.